Definitely leaving the film industry left a little bit, I love the industry. I had a passion, but I also have a passion for real estate. And I think to be real, and if you're going to go into this business, you got to make sure you have a passion for it. Because if you're not passionate about what you do, I don't think investing in real estate would be a great option. I think you really have to be passionate, whether it's stocks, bonds, whatever you find in life that's going to be something that you really want to work hard at. I think it'll all come natural depending on what you like. And I think real estate's a great opportunity for people, especially Hamilton. I think Hamilton's just beginning. People are starting to understand it. I've got a portfolio of around 14 properties now in Hamilton. I started off very, very small, and I'm ready to take this full time. Well, the main thing, the reason I made the switch into real estate investing and knew that that's where I wanted to go is I didn't want to have anybody else have control over my business. Being in the film industry, I had a lot of success, and we were nominated for 4 Junos. We won an East Coast Music Award. We were the premier film company in Toronto for shooting music videos. But somebody else had control of my business, whether it had been Warner Music, BMG, RCA, and their business dictated my business. So when I felt the industry starting to kind of collapse and fall apart, my gut told me that, Shawn, you got to build a business that's going to be your own, that you control. And stocks and bonds are a great investment, but I'm not sure that you have full control always over those. And we've seen it in the market meltdown. It's a great opportunity to buy when stocks are beat up like this. I agree, it's a great time. Probably the only time I would ever buy. And there was a recession in Hamilton when I went back. I mean, properties were very, very, very cheap. And I knew that if I could get myself going with the little money I had, that I would eventually build it and I would have full control over that portfolio. Back then, the rules were a little bit different when I got into my first property. You needed a little bit less down. But, there's lots of avenues for financing out there, even for your first property. Lenders want to lend money for property. And, I really believe that, there's a lot of great you can get private money now at 5%. And paying 5% for a property isn't a big deal. And people were paying 8%, 8 years ago for the same kind of property. So, I mean, you're not going to get that, 1.85 and below prime interest rate. But you know what? Take a chance. If you have to pay 5% and go to a private lender, talk to a mortgage broker. Some of these guys work magic. They really, really do. If you've got good credit, that's the main thing. I say guard your beacon score. That's the most important thing you can do. Don't give anybody your SIN number. Don't let anybody pull a credit check. You need to guard that. That's your tool to financing, and financing is the key to this business. So really in the beginning, make sure you got clean credit, pay your bills on time, and if you got clean credit and you find a good deal, someone's going to give you the money for it. I did not feel any problems during that recession. I thought, what's the problem? The rent checks just kept coming in. And so for real estate, I think, as long as you buy for cash flow, forget about the capital gain. I think it's great when you're awarded with a capital gain for doing something and holding a property. That's another advice I give is I never, ever, ever sell a property. And from the day one, I've been adding properties to my portfolio. I just don't sell. It does not make sense to sell because you can always borrow against your property. So to selling it to get the money, it just means you have that property now that's not giving you cash flow. I'm going to go back to my last bit of advice is don't sell the property to cash out for retirement. Enjoy the cash flow. What happens is you build your portfolio, it starts paying you money on a monthly basis, no different than the stocks pay dividends. So if you have the right portfolio built up over years and years and years of investing, you're going to have a lot of equity. So if you need a large amount of cash, you can always leverage out of your property, take cash out, which if you need a big ticket item. But if you build up a portfolio, say you get to a point where you're $1 million, you should be bringing in $80,000 a year gross. I mean, depending on your lifestyle and how much you need, you build your portfolio to that. It's just another way of retiring. I think there's been a lot of people that retired. I know a lot of people that have retired with real estate portfolios and don't have any stocks at all in the market.